Salutations, my fellow dandies! It's me, Jack Dandy, and we're back in Final Fantasy XIV for the continuation of the post-Stormblood main scenario quest. And Gosetsu's wife-daughter has apparently got her memories back and has maybe become evil again. Maybe not. Either way, we're going to go and beat her up and then find out. That's where we are at the moment. I'm having a staring contest with Hien right now. It's lasted about the last half an hour. It's really easy to win when you have a really dark pair of sunglasses because people can't tell when you're blinking. That's the trick to winning a staring contest, especially with a really honorable samurai who trusts you too much to cheat. So, man looks like you. Exactly. This is my boy. He's also got the same name as me because I am unoriginal. This is my boy Dandy. His pompadour is... It's a large part of the reason why I started playing this game. There's many other reasons now why I continue to play this game. But yes, the jiggly pompadour. In fact, I think this might be one of the only games with pompadour jiggle physics. I remember being infatuated with it when I first started playing it, but there are many games with pompadours, but very few with jiggle physics. I think Monster Hunter might have had jiggle physics in its pompadour. It's been a while, but I think it did. Otherwise, generally, they're kind of like solid. So, yes, I appreciate this pompadour. Anyway, let's crack on. As I said, Gosetsu's... So to give a better summary, we've arranged a prisoner exchange with this guy from the Empire, Ahiru, I think his name is, or something like that. The guy on the left. He's actually a villain, and he's mad at me for killing his, idol, except he's not dead, apparently. We saw a cutscene where he survived cutting his own throat, so that's a thing that you can do in Final Fantasy XIV, apparently. But we're still going ahead with the prisoner exchange. However, he's been doing shenanigans and turned Yotsuyu evil again. Maybe. Probably not. But... Oh, does Phantasy Star Online 2 have jiggle physics on the pompadour too? Honestly, I feel like with a pompadour that big, you need to. Otherwise, it's just like it would just be like a baguette sticking out the front of his head. Immortality hit me like... I mean, pretty much. I don't know what... They haven't really explained whether it's immortality, reincarnation, resuscitation, some sort of prestige clone type situation. I don't know what it is. Fact is, he's not dead. But his boyfriend doesn't know. That's boyfriend with a space in the middle. I assume. Again, I don't know. While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Haguro in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come. They wait us on the riverbank, not far from the castrum. Yeah, so we're working under the assumption that they're going to betray us, because we know that the guy's evil. Because he had this plan, and then he just openly walked up to me and went, I fucking hate you. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Die, 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 die. And so it's like, okay, well, he bears some hostility towards me, as it turns out. So we then decided to take loads of precautions to make sure that he's not going to, murder us. Let's go from here. That's probably the quickest way. No, it's his, yeah, just his friend who's a boy. I assume, maybe. Xenos is quite fabulous, so, maybe. They probably explain it later. They can't just bring back a guy who is definitely 100% dead and gloss over it. See, now that makes me think that you're like, That they don't actually ever explain it. I'm sure they must. The thing the one thing I do find with some stuff is they'll sometimes talk about something quite important happening, and then it kind of gets dropped. But what I find out is it's actually just covered in a side quest somewhere, and so the example is I was going to do the Doman Restoration quest. And sort of start that so I could start giving money towards the Domain Restoration. Because I thought, oh, it's only 3 quests I need to unlock. And it just leads into this whole kind of spiraling branch of quests where I have to, like, solve all of the Doman refugees' problems in Eorzea before they'll go back to Doma. And it's like, okay, I mean, it's important, I guess. The Doman refugees were quite a big plot point in the post Realm Reborn DLC, as we, like, you know, got them a place to live and figured out all of that junk. And but then it's just like, yeah, if I never did that side quest, they would all still be there. Just they'd never go back to Doma. And then there's like the Alexander stuff. Like they did this big thing with Alexander, and then never did the raid quests. Yeah, boyfriend with benefits. It's really pointless, but it repairs the city. Yeah, well, that's what I was going to do. I thought, well, you know, it repairs the city. It seems like a pretty easy thing to do. You just give them a certain amount of items each day, and you unlock some cool, you know, decorations and clothes for the trouble. But yeah, it's just, there's always a gamble with side quests, because sometimes you'll do a side quest and it's like, I need a hair tonic for my balding. Go and kill 3 of these dudes. And it's like, okay. And then sometimes like, oh hey, you know that guy you killed? Turns out he's alive. We need to now do a series of 15 quests in order to take care of him. It's like, oh, okay. I will at some point, I think, go and cover some of the side quests, because a lot of them are linked to Triple Triad stuff. Because I did so there's a whole thing with like this underwater city in Stormblood, Maine. And you kind of just go in and talk to the guy, and he's like, get out of here. And then you leave, and then you don't really do anything. But I wanted to unlock the Triple Triad card, so I went and did the stuff. And there's like a whole trial dungeon, and all the story quests about the sisters. It's all linked to this quest in order to... basically, I wanted to fight the otter in Triple Triad. So I did that all off stream. But it was all like really important stuff for that area. Anyway. Really not worth it. Yeah, it's some of this. A lot of the side quests aren't, and then some of them are. And then there's also like unique clothing items locked behind some side quests as well. There's apparently like an eye patch that I never got in a Realm Reborn because there was a side quest I didn't do, and it's like, oh, I guess I could go and do that at some point, but I don't really need an eye quest, an eye patch. I have my sunglasses, so. Got to dust off my FF14 account. Been so busy in PSO2, I don't even know if I still have my house. Oh, that's you don't want to lose your house, because if you lose your house, don't you lose all your furniture as well? I always get that warning whenever I buy furniture. It's like, oh hey, by the way, you can lose this permanently. I know you've spent real money on it, but if you accidentally put it in a house and then you lose the house, bye. Just, it disappears into nothingness. We don't put it back in your inventory. We don't put it in a holding. It just disappears into the ether. Sorry, that's just the way it is. Oh, they do send your furniture to temporary storage. So is it that if you've got a guild house and someone deletes the item or something, that's when it disappears? I know I get a warning when I buy furniture that it can just evaporate and you can just lose it permanently. 50 quid just for endgame again. I just put and play a horror game instead. Yeah, it's sometimes nice to just play a nice simpler game, but I mean, like I said, it's nice because at some point I will hit level 90 and then I want to change class. So it'll be nice having all these side quests that I can use to level up my second class. So it'll be a blessing at the time, but it's just so weird. Sometimes you get introduced to these characters and areas, and then you leave immediately and nothing happens with it, and it's like, Oh, I had to go and do all the side stuff to figure out the lore of the area. Okay, got it. Yeah. Oh, temporary. If you don't pick it up for too long, it is. Okay, so yeah, you can. Yes. Aye, and ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest of any confusion, though, the tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange. That and whatever else Asahi has planned. Asahi. Of course, he's got the same name as the beer. I should remember that. But regardless of the ambassador's intention, we will bring our people home. Or I've been suspecting that they're going to exchange the dead bodies of the prisoners. Or I suppose he could have experimented on them and turned them into monsters. Yugiri, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble. Yes, my lord. We, meanwhile, shall cover their escape, and lend what support we can. Your ship awaits you at the Castrum's loading docks. She will see you safely home. Then all stand ready to play their part. Come, let us be about it. Let's go and get obviously betrayed. Because obviously. Chat doesn't matter in the story, so you must focus. Yeah, I know. I like to read. I mean, that's what chat's there for, though. If I ignored you guys fully, there wouldn't be any point you being here. Might just play this on my own. Back in the, which you know I used to do back in the old YouTube days. I forgot that we never actually went in here.
At last, the hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
The Empire would never do anything evil ever. They're totally the good guys. You sound like a stormtrooper. They're like, no, they're not that bad. You've been listening to that rebel propaganda again, haven't you? Oh, no, the Empire. Look how many jobs they've created. There's 1 million people on the Death Star. That's 1 million. I mean, okay, yeah, they got exploded, but you know, it was a big injection into the economy.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, so I've been working on the assumption these are crystals in order to turn Yotsuyu into a Primal. Maybe they're coffins.
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
I listen to music overnight and when I wake up it sounds more demented. I've had that with streams. I sometimes will put a stream on and then lie down, and then I'll fall asleep, and my brain just twists the noise of whoever I'm listening to into just madness. It's always really jarring as well, because when they raid someone and you wake up and there's just like a completely different streamer, and you're like, why am I watching a chess streamer all of a sudden? Like, what did I wake up to? Look at all the countries they liberated from freedom. Slavery is really how it should be.
How very generous.
I
confess I had not expected such compassion. Welcome though it is.
I did find out, no, by the way, I did find out this week that apparently Lalafels, just like not all Lalafels, but broadly Lalafels, are incredible, horrible racists because they were the ones who insisted on the what they changed them to now? They're the Beast Tribes, or the no, they might be called Beast Tribes before. Whatever they were called, whoever the Beast Tribes, they insisted on them being called Beast Tribes, and that they're not like members of the council or whatever, or not recognized as sentient as sentient races, even though they are quite clearly sentient and have their own cultures and things. It's like, no, they're all beasts, all horrible monsters. It's just, yeah, the evil potato fairy people. Or I suppose evil potato fairies. Yeah, but Lalafell's apparently just awful. They're better now, apparently. Ish. But yeah. Fell asleep watching cute anime girl and woke up to a 60-year-old German man making wood sculptures. True story. I mean, honestly, it wasn't too similar. I was watching Iron Mouse or Nyanas, and then I fell asleep, and then I woke up, and I think she had raided someone who raided someone else, and it was a cooking stream, I think, or something. Yeah, it was really jarring.
But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
Oh, she's got a new kimono. Or have they just given her the old kimono to save time? Well, money. Yeah, I think it's just the old kimono.
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Nairi, widow of Sashihai, and acting Viceroy of Doma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish.
Yeah, I mean, you remember that castle that fell on you? That was your castle. You don't have that anymore. And we're the ones who dropped it on you.
It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting Viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
She was more lovable when her brain was jello. Yeah, the brain damage obviously was a good look for her.
My position is not for you to decide, little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself.
He's dead. Well, actually, never mind. Apparently he's not. I still think he's dead.
I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken.
Careful, she's got a mirror. I think she's going to do a Sailor Moon transformation.
This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
Oh, she is doing a Sailor Moon transformation. Oh, if she turns into a magical girl, this is going to be my favorite Primal. You just see a silhouette of her naked as she starts spinning around and ribbons and stuff start wrapping around her. Come on, magical girl Yotsuyu.
Summoning.
Causing evil by daylight. Causing evil by moonlight. Causing evil pretty much all the time. I am the one called... what's an evil version of a sailor? Come on. Yeah! Come on! It's looking really promising! Okay, she's a little less magical girl and a bit more just straight up Final Fantasy boss, but it's still pretty. Oh, I suppose she's supposed to be like Tsukihime. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
A Dorman citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
Asahi really does. Can I just kill him, like, before he leaves? Can we just very quickly kill him, just in a cutscene? I don't want to fight him as a boss. I just want to fight. Just slit his throat. Last time I streamed was on the biggest view stream she did. Oh, what was that one? I didn't know that she had like a big stream recently. Yes, brain damage really suits her. Edgy Sailor Moon. Pirate. I suppose a pirate is an evil version of a sailor, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe a smuggler, because a sailor's, I guess, kind of just a. I don't know. This branding, this on the spot branding of an evil Sailor Moon needs a bit more work, but Tsukiyomi. Is it Tsukiyomi? I thought Tsuki is. I know there's like that Japanese proverb about the Moon Princess, and she's like, "Oh, I'll come down once. I'll come down after a while," but then he couldn't wait, and then he ate a peach. I might be getting my Japanese stories mixed up, but there's a Moon Princess. I think that's basically who she's supposed to be. Hopefully he dies soon. Oh, here's hoping. Oh, he does have a voice actor.
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
Salutations, Amy. Tsukiyomi no Mikoto, the moon goddess. Oh, okay. You were right, Satrias. It is Tsukiyomi. Where did I get Tsukihime
My lord,
from?
you must fall back.
Hime means princess, and Tsuki is moon. So Tsukihime does mean moon princess as well. I guess that maybe both is a different thing.
You ask me to run?
A strategic withdrawal. Plus, also, I'm the only one who could resist
Spare my
primals.
pride, would you? I know this foe is beyond me. The field is yours.
The last thing I need you doing is turning into a Yotsuya fanboy. That's a really weird
We will
angle they've got
withdraw,
me from.
But not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul.
My lord.
I love that. Yotsuya's transformed and she's just sort of floating there, just like, no, it's fine. I'll wait. Have your conversations. Gather your friends. I'm just gonna float over here.
I knew you would not flee. I see now
Oh,
the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours.
I didn't notice the two-tone thing before. She looks like that. She looks like the girl from the new One Piece movie.
But I am become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon.
She doesn't even refer
and
to her as
divinity of night.
Tsukiyomi. I
What
said it a second ago, and now I can't say it now that I'm
compared to
reading the word.
such celestial majesty.
The sun. I am become Amaterasu.
I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Dorma. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
I like your bunny ears. I guess that's all also to do with the thing that rabbits are from the moon. There's a whole lot going on here. I like that your pipe is just, like, massive now. Like, come, fight me. After you've gone and got some friends. Go on, go get some friends. I'll wait. I'll just hang out here at the top of the stairs. Is that the one who got given the persimmon? Yes, this is Yotsia. She has, the thing is, I don't think she's... I think she is actually good, but she feels like she needs to be evil, so she's pretending. But she's obviously really convinced herself, because it's actually really hard to turn yourself into a primal. Only a couple of people have done it so far in the story. One guy... One was a lady who, like, absolutely despised... Oh, you're downloading the update. Alright, no stress. I will queue without you then, this one time. Hopefully, oh, 8 people. Hopefully it doesn't take very long. What was I saying? Yeah, there was one lady who, like, absolutely despised the guys from this country called Ishgard, and she turned herself into Shiva, the ice summon. She was cool. Then there was a guy who really liked his bird, and he accidentally... Oh no, he didn't turn himself in. It's because he didn't turn himself into a primal. He just summoned a primal by himself, which is still really hard to do. He just really missed his bird, and he summoned a primal in its place. That's just how much he fucking loved that bird. Like, he was called Greg, and he loved his bird. Absolutely true. Oh no, God, I've never fought one of those before. Oh yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm called the Icons. I'm called the, like, well, Icon Slayer, God Slayer. It's like, come face me. Why are you turning around? It's like, I'm waiting for my friends. Hang on. I can't fight you with less than at least 8 people. This is how the Warrior of Light actually wins. He sends everyone away. He's like, guys, leave this to me. I've got this. And then he just starts making calls. Like, yeah, I really need you to bail me out again. Yeah, no, sorry, I promise. I mean, I can't promise this is going to be the last time, but I do promise this will be a time. So, Satra's has been carrying through. The thing, Satra's has been helping me out a lot because he's a healer, and as a DPS, it takes so much longer to queue than if you're a healer or a tank. And so, just by having Satra's on my team, it makes the wait time so much quicker. And also, yes, just I pretty much every single dungeon and trial, I'll die at least once or twice, and then Satratus will get me back up. But I'm gonna do some gambling. I got 8 minutes, an 8-minute wait apparently. So yeah, you're sailing, Greg. And yeah, instant dungeon queue for healers because no one heals. Healing is the difficult job. I feel like it's a hard. There's a lot more. The thing is, if I don't DPS properly, there are 3 other DPS to pick up the slack, and all it means is that the boss gets killed slightly slower. Apart from a couple of bosses where you have to do DPS checks, and if you don't do enough damage, then everyone wipes. Apart from those instances, there's not a lot of pressure on DPS. Oh, I've made a mistake there. I guess I could try that. Let's gamble on that being... Ah, dang it. I don't think there was a win on that one. Let's try another one. Okay, well that's... Hey! Second place. Let's see if I get the jackpot. Hey, 10k! Boom. Doesn't get much better than that. Wow. I mean, you can get 10k on all 3. Which I've managed to get 2 jackpots in one go, but never had the turkey. I haven't checked whether she's added the new cards yet. Because every time I finish a post-patch... there's Rauban and Pippin. Do I have 400? I don't. Balls. Okay. Alright, well I'll come back once I got 400 and I can buy the Raoban and Pippin card. I think I have Raoban and Pippin separately, but I don't have the combination card. Weirdly, not as strong as... Oh, we've got one other DPS way in. Weirdly not as strong as both of them. Combined. I lost my train of thought. Let's go buy some... I'm trying to remember what I do. Lottery tickets. And we'll go to Limsa, because I'm at 4 minutes 44. Wait time at 8 minutes. I think Yeah, I really hate that they only let you claim for a week, because sometimes I just forget to sign in and grab my my jumbo jackpot. Keep my lucky note. Hang on. I also hate that it defaults to no. Like, who only ever buys one ticket? Whoever goes, no, the 200 MGP, that's just a bit too much for me. That's just a little bit too much. It's like, this is the worst casino in the world because every game gives you money. The only way you can run out of money is if you buy things. You can't really lose money gambling because you always, apart from triple triad matches, where if you lose, you do actually get less than you pay. But otherwise, you get more money than you play. Even even if I don't get any numbers, I still get 1,000 MGP on the lottery. It's the worst lottery in the world. I mean, great for me, but... I forget all the time. Hopefully I've never won Jackpot because I definitely missed it. The thing is, I'm not even that fussed about the million MGP. Like, a million MGP is great, but you can get a million quite reasonably quickly if you just play everything every week. The thing I want is the Chocobo ring. If I missed out on getting a Chocobo ring, I'd be very, very sad. So, that was the guaranteed win. So, it's not a guaranteed win. You can lose. It's just that, for the most part, even if you lose... I don't know why I came over here. I need to go to the board. Even if you lose, you will still make more money than you put in. So it cost me... So, like, the scratch cards cost 10 MGP, I think? And I think every prize is worth more than 10. And then the big lottery ticket is at 200 at most. And then, even if you don't match any numbers, you get 1,000. The Mandevilles are very, very generous with their... Why is there a portal over here? Oh, it's just this back. The Mandevilles are very generous with... just their whole gambling situation. I do need to sell some stuff for the market, but I'll do that later. So, do have a house now. I don't have a house, but I do have my apartment still, and I have zhuzhed up my apartment recently. So if I do all this and I still don't have, I'm still not in a room. We're still only at 2 out of 4 DPS at the moment. Then I can show you my apartment just so you can see how gaudy it is now. So I need a salad and a sledgehammer. Purple carrot juice again. Man, the amount of purple carrot juice I've turned in. They always sell it in 2s. But I mean, for 50 gil, who cares? I'm tempted to buy it. Yeah, do you know, I'm going to buy that as well, because I probably need some more before... They've asked me to do purple carrot juice a few times now, so... How do Final Fantasy Charities get lottery funding if the lottery doesn't produce revenue? Well, it's like they're fun bucks, because it's MGP, so you can only use them in the casino. But you can buy stuff in the casino to take away with you. So, like triple triad... I mostly spend my money on triple triad cards, but I have bought the occasional outfit and clothes and stuff from there. There's also mounts, which I'll probably start working towards once I've bought all the triple triad cards I need. So I guess it's just kind of, I don't know, maybe there's like, canonically, people spend their money on drinks and food, and then maybe it's like the cinema. Maybe that's where they make most of their money. It's just all the drinks and drinks and stuff. I don't know. Godbert Mandeville isn't a man who's bound by logic either, so he's what makes sense to him doesn't really make sense to anyone else. Eblan lentils, and I needed 20. So yeah, that'll do. So this is way quicker than going and actually getting the stuff yourself. And red eye lates. Ah, see, I do actually need to go and do some fishing at some point because I can't afford. I basically leveled myself up to. Yeah, but then the price of fish at this level is just too high. I can't justify spending 140k on fish that I can technically go and get myself. So half the players forget to check their tickets. They probably still make a profit. Yeah, that is true. Do I need to make more pocket stakes? I do and I don't. I do still have. Oh wait, did I use up? Oh, I might actually. I think I might have used up my last pocket stake last week. Oh, I got an orchestration roll. I forgot about that. There you go. I mean, I can use the purple carrot juice I've just bought. Although I need 4, and I've just bought 8. So I probably don't want to use that, because then I won't have enough. Yeah, I probably do want to cook some stuff. But, well, things are going to get really done. Man, the wait time on this one's going to be a while. I might actually still be waiting by the time you finish your downloads, Atreus, at the rate it's going. I forgot what I needed. Oh, no, it's fine. I can check my timers. So I need a sledgehammer and a salad. So the sledgehammer should be from here. Disciple of the Hand. Purchase tools level 22. Sledgehammer. Hang on, did I read that wrong? Iron sledgehammer. Minor, secondary tool. Oh, that's a gathering tool. Ah, iron sledgehammer? Yes. That's weapons. I need the armor. And then I'm done. So, the whole family has never heard of logic. That's true. Yes, all of the Mandevilles we've been introduced to have all been insane in different ways. They're delightful. Like, it's no wonder Hilda Brown turned out the way that he did, honestly. Yeah, I did a good memory. Because I completely forgot that I ran out of pocket stakes. Maybe I should start They have been giving me food as quest rewards for a little while now, so maybe I should actually start accepting them as rewards instead of the pittance money that they give me. Although I've been holding off selling those because I realise I can use them to restore Doma. It's a whole thing going on anyway. Sledgehammer. Deliver. Da, 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 da. Deliver. Oh, I did level up, but it didn't play the music. There we go. Does that really only give me 2,500 seals? Dang. Well, I suppose the XP is the most important thing. Yeah, I need 20k for the material. Oh well, oh well, oh well. There we go. I want a new Mandeville to be introduced in Hilda Brown's quest, a sister who's absolutely normal. I mean, technically, did it... Oh no, he made him his son. So you've got Godbert Mandeville, who is an insanely powerful, invulnerable god craftsman. Hero? I think it's not really explained. And then you've got his wife, who is again an insanely powerful chef. I mean, she has a frying pan. Wait, no, I'm doing this wrong. I just need to... There we go. I always forget how to teleport to my apartment. Naked Goldsmith Berserker. Yes, you summarized God much better than I did. Then there's Hilda Brown, who's a affable, immortal detective. And then there's Hilda Brown's son, who is a ancient golem from Final Fantasy IX. Okay, so this is my apartment. I've zhuzhed it up recently. It's still just a mishmash of whatever shit I've picked up with a diagonal bed in the middle. But I like it. This is, yeah, I got some paintings that show off the different expansions. So I'm hoping that they add an Endwalker one once the patch, all the patch quests are finished, so I can continue my collection. So this is the one I'm on now. That's me. Yotsu's in there. Oh, there she is. Yeah, in the top right. Oh, hey! Speaking of, we're ready. There's my room. I was going to explain. I made a mistake, and I accidentally bought... So the wall and the flooring are from the Square store, from the Final Fantasy XIV store. And I bought real money for them because they were on sale. It was like a quid for each one. And, dang it, DPS! One of the DPS didn't ready up. I bet it was that one who's been sat there for a while. Tiny, weak-looking ogre culinary, and again, a much better summation of Mrs. Mandeville than mine. Okay, well, I guess I can explain my walls. So I bought. I got confused basically, and I thought that I would have to buy. I thought I've got 4 walls, so I needed to buy 4 sets of wallpaper. You only need to buy 1 per room, so I now have 3 spare gold quilted walls. The good thing is, if I ever get to a point when I can buy myself a house and I can have multiple rooms, I have the wallpaper ready. I can gold quilt my entire house. It's delightful. But yeah, most of the rest of this is just like stuff I've picked up. Like these hangers are all event stuff. I got this from a quest. I got all this stuff from... I got the guitar from a quest, and I think the rest of it from I think the food stuff from an event. And then this was a picture that Alphino drew and gave to me of Gosetsu and Yugiri. And this is a tiger. I probably didn't explain that. Oh, and these are my 2 empty plant pots that I used to change Augustus red. That's my apartment. I literally just bought the apartment so that I could change the color of Augustus. And so now that I mean, so long as I keep playing, I'll keep the apartment, and I've got a place to put all my furniture. But I'd still like to buy a house one day because I have some outdoor furniture that I can't do anything with. So it's like a horrible episode of Changing Rooms from the 90s. What a horrible, a fantastic episode of Changing Rooms from the 90s. Where they changed rooms and it was fantastic. And everyone was like, oh, this is great. Horrible. How dare you. A shame you don't have a giant garage with all your mounts. That would be cool. They have just added... So in the Endwalker expansion, they've just added like a big... there's been... Since Stardew Valley, there's just been this massive influx of relaxation farming games. They they had the Sony TGS event, the State of Play, and the Nintendo Direct last week, and there's just so many farming games, and there's too many now. There's too many farming games. I know. I'm the only one brave enough to say it. I think there are too many farming games. But now there's a farming game in FF14, and they do let you release 20 minions out into the wild, so you can have just your little. Like I've got like my little Rauband down here who just flexes, and well, with the one arm that he's got, I could just have like 20 of those running around my beach. So they've done that. So they could maybe one day have just like a big area where you can like place mounts and have them all just on display, like the garages in Grand Theft Auto. And a room just for your followers. I don't have any followers. I can get them made. And it is something I can get. So they've got snake ladies, the Ananta in this game, and I really like them, and you can get a snake lady made. So I, at some point, will need to do the Ananta quest so that I can get a snake made. And then she will look after my one room in my house. She will polish all of my gold quilts. Have you seen the one where you farm in a mech? Do you know, you say the one, I think there's actually a couple where you farm in a mech, because there's that Craft World, is it? Or something like that? Where you're in a mech. And then there's one that got announced recently where you're in a mech. And I think there's at least one other I can think of, but I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, there's too many farming games. The thing I don't like about them is in Stardew Valley it's fine because it's all pixel art, but then everyone's been making 3D ones like Harvest Moon style ones. I mean, which is obviously the originator, is what Stardew Valley is based on. But they always do everything in grids, and I know farms are made in grids, but they're not in, like perfect squares. And so they see these trailers for these farming games, and they're all in square, they're all in like these perfect grids. All of the plants are buried in square-shaped mounds, or it's just make it look like an actual farm, just make it look like actual rows of dirt or something. Like even Minecraft. I mean, Minecraft is all blocks, and even that you can hoe the ground to look like hoed ground. Anyway, that's the thing that bothers me. I don't dislike the farming games either. I just think there's too many of them. Thank you, God. I don't know how much longer I could talk about how much I dislike farming. Not dislike, but how sick I am of farming games. I had a riff for a lot longer than I thought I had to there. Christ. Alright, let's just go and kill Sailor Moon. No, what did we decide on? Smuggler Moon? Pirate Moon? That pipe doesn't have a hole. That's just a stick.
Oh, it's going to be a long night.
Oh, I didn't change myself to party chat. Oh, whatever. Let's zoom out so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, she called me a worm. I thought she just... It sounded like she made the kind of grunt that I make when I get off the sofa after like half an hour now. It's just like, there we go. All right. Let's go make myself a sandwich. Okay, there are... I don't know how I'm supposed to avoid that. I guess go into the middle, where there wasn't any. Right, I'm gonna go in and do fancy stuff. Watcha! Oh, do we all need to group up?
Your death will be all the sweeter.
Yeah, Whoa! Why does it fade away? It feeds on my spite, on my suffering. Are we okay? Oh, she mega evolved. Oh, she's summoning zombies. So I guess that's her dad. Spectre of the Patriarch, makes sense. Spectre of the Empire. Oh, she's increasing her suffering. There's a lot of mechanics going on here. I guess as her suffering grows... Oh, there's Asahi. Asahi's not dead yet. Don't get me wrong, he will die. I'll make sure of it. But he's not dead yet. Oh, Xenos! Ah! No! Xenos is raising her suffering! Gosetsu! Yeah! My boy! Oh, this fight's great! Go on, Gosetsu! You broken old man! Yay! We beat her suffering! Oh, but was that actually Gosetsu? Or was it just the part of her that doesn't want to suffer? It was unclear because he faded away into nothingness.
In darkness blooms the spider lily.
From mortal husk, I rise anew.
Oh.
Suffused with night, I shall prevail.
Start doing poetry now. I mean, she might not have turned into Sailor Moon like I hoped, but she'd still make a good Sailor Moon villain, I feel. Oh! I wasn't paying attention. I was doing my, wasn't paying attention to the AoEs. Thank you. Hey, salutations, Reb. So I'll read through chat in a second. Just need to kill Gosetsu's daughter wife. Oh, come on, I just finished healing. The hell was that? Yeah, raise the other, please stay behind. Okay. I mean, at least I'm not the only one who died. I sort of take solace in that slightly. But okay, we need to stand behind her.
I shall prevail.
I just take a. It's nice to have a rest in the middle of the fight. They've almost got her. I think they got the other healer up. So.
Your end is near.
Persimmon. That would actually be quite a good name for her, as given her. But in fact, she wanted the persimmon for Gosetsu, so he's the one with the persimmon for infatuation. So, pay attention to the order they spawn into dodge.
Sunless gloom, black
like 10-year-olds.
First to pop up goes off first, so you go there after it goes off.
No. Not yet. Not yet.
I'll
Okay.
grind you under my heel.
Yay! I finally got a raise. So I need to stay behind her? I mean, outside of the AoE, but...
I'll grind you under my heel.
Okay, so I stay out of here, and then go back in. Hang on, I can... Oh, okay. I was going to raise the healer, but the fight ended. Never mind. We did it! I mean, I ignore the fact that I was asleep for a good 40% of that fight. I contributed to the first half a bit. Yeah, she has big Rita Repulse. Yeah, Queen Beryl energy. She's got good sort of Saturday morning cartoon villain energy. That's how I like to think of it. And now her hair's white, thus indicating her transformation. Well, I guess I'll give her the commendation of Skylar Song since she's the only one left. Hey, Otsia. Okay. Probably didn't get a commendation. I did! I did get one. Hooray! Someone thought that what I did was good enough. Emotional support, yeah. I was lying on the ground going, you can do this, guys! You've got this. That's a, quick and easy guide to dyeing your hair. Just turn into a primal monster. Oh man, literally shooting her while she's down. I bet that's Asahi. Seems like the kind of dick thing he would do. And once again, the Warrior of Light's in a cutscene where someone's being killed and he decides to just do nothing. How many times have I been in cutscenes with people where someone's
really
just killing
must learn
someone and the
to
Warrior's
finish the
just
job.
gone, oh no, I wish that person wasn't dying. Sorry, Moonbreeder. Sorry, who else has died? There was another person. I suppose Horseshafan, but he was actively protecting me at the time. There was someone recently where I was just like, oh no, don't kill them. Oh. I'm terrible outside of during cutscenes.
For a feeble summoning. But even the weakest icon is a god of sorts. A threat that must be put down.
So I'm calling it. Gosetsu's gonna bust in and cut this guy in half.
My, such hostility. These beings are the sworn enemies of the Empire. I merely did my duty as an Imperial officer.
Am I like radiating killing intent or something? Because I hadn't said anything. I mean, I never say anything.
Will you surrender to anger then? Slay an anointed emissary to avenge a fallen foe?
Ha! You cannot, of course! To do so would burn the bridges we have labored so hard to build.
I mean, we're still actively opposing the Empire. So I'm not that worried.
Oh, but I'm forgetting. They're already ash. This doorman woman has seen to that.
The Empire cannot ally itself with any nation that refuses to renounce summoning. I believe I was most clear on that point.
Okay, so you've just gone, hey, you can't kill me because you'll burn the bridges between us and Doma, except those are already burnt, so... Oh, I guess you can kill me. Oh, dang it. I have not thought this. Like another Final Fantasy XIV villain who hasn't really thought through their plan and has just done a JoJo pose or something. Like he's holding that pose for a very long time now. Just glaring at him really hard. I'm surprised you can tell behind the sunglasses. I got my hater blockers on. I can glare at him all I want with my glasses and no one will be able to tell. Come on. Punch it. At least punch him or something.
Should have been mine. The power he bestowed upon her. I should have been the one to govern Dorma. I would have repaid his faith.
Yeah, I get a feeling Gosetsu wouldn't have saved you from the island if it was you in Yotsuya's place.
No one alive loves him more than I!
I mean, maybe he is his boyfriend.
Instead, this harlot betrayed his trust.
At least wants to be.
Useless piece of filth! Worthless whore!
Oh, God, if only there was something I could do. Ah, it's fine. I'll just stand here and let Gosetsu handle it.
Thank you, dear brother, for this precious gift.
Hey, welcome back, JJ.
Vengeance.
Oh, wait, no, she did it. It's like, haha, I've still got a tiny bit of primal power left.
These people, our people, they ignore the corruption which festers beneath the surface. Cast aside that which is dirty and broken. Speak not of things which would disrupt their dreary little lives. Like you, Asahi. Always pretending not to see. You were the first. The first I swore to kill.
I assume she did her list in reverse order then.
Such bliss. I had thought my hunger insatiable. But now I am satisfied.
Just imagine Ian sort of poking his head in the door and going, "You finished?" The warrior of light just turning over and going, I don't know, maybe? I'm just kind of seeing how this plays out.
You should feel honored, dear brother. I saved the last of my strength, just for you.
I wanted to do that. I had dibs. I suppose you said you swore a while ago. Maybe I guess you had
What's
dibs.
the matter? The Witch of Doma will soon be dead.
Worried like just sitting on a plastic foldable chair, munching popcorn. Yeah, just this is great. I mean, I'm going to go with Gosetsu will mourn you, but I like that this is just... The brain damage version of you didn't deserve this. You were better when you had part of your brain missing.
He will mourn to you, perhaps. I wonder... Was the fruit as sweet as he remembered?
I really thought Gosetsu was going to rock up and, you know, say something. Or do something. Just be there. I mean, he showed up in the fight, I guess, which was really cool.
Lord Xenos.
Oh, cool, he's not dead. I can kill him. Oh, no, hang on, flashback time. Never mind, we'll kill him in a sec. I come out of my flashback and he's bled to death. And it's like, oh, dang it.
Lord Xenos. I am at your disposal.
Oh, so this is how I learned that Lord Xenos is still alive, then, I guess.
Asai, you were born of Doma, yes?
Yes, my lord. I am honored that you would remember me. How may I serve?
This is the guy that 100% killed himself and then got better.
You are hereby
Somehow.
appointed Ambassador Plenipotentiary, and empowered to speak with the voice of the Emperor. Return to your native land of Doma, and announce your intention to sue for peace.
For peace?
Once negotiations are underway, you are to locate the acting Viceroy.
She lives? That is to say, I will, my lord.
When you have found her, you will initiate a ritual to call forth an icon. I will instruct you in the necessary steps. Yotsuyu's faith is unreliable, but as a child raised to believe in the Kami, she will serve as a vessel for one of the Kojin's gods. She need only wish it to be so. The power will seem a gift, but the icon's essence will consume her. She will be no more than a husk, a slave to whim and desire.
Xenos the Emperor. I thought he was the Emperor's son. I thought he was the prince. I don't know who Varys is.
My lord.
Oh, he is the prince. Okay.
Ever since the day you saw fit to save my miserable life, I have
Oh, and Varys is
dreamed
the
of
acting Emperor.
repaying your
He's the one who has
benevolence.
the silly hat.
Upon my honor, I swear to devote myself wholly to your service. All that you command will be done, no matter the cost.
I struggle to remember the names of the characters or exactly who they are, so I try and latch on to a specific detail. And the thing I remember about the Emperor is he's got a tiny hat. It is way too small for his head.
But I fear the subtleties of your plan yet elude me. From the reports I have heard, the champion who aids the Doman resistance would make short work of a single icon.
Yes, tiny hat with lots of pointy bits. Okay, yeah. That's the dude. It's a simple
The
system, but
icon is
effective.
merely a message. The pacifist teachings of the Populares spread through this city like a plague. And I would remind the people of the threat we face.
Didn't you merge with an icon? Oh. Yeah, no. Yeah, that was an icon. Yeah, the...
You will be my chosen agent. The hand which tolls the warning bell. The salvation of this world will not be won through the signing of treaties.
He like merged with Shin Ryu, didn't he? That's just it's a hypocrite. Imagine that one of the villain characters being a hypocrite. Bad enough he kills people. It's stupid and it works. It's not stupid. No,
my lord.
that's a fair point. He did merge with an icon, but differently. I mean, that feels like just like just a lot of pedantry. It's like, no. The way I did it was absolutely fine. But when she becomes an icon, that will be an act of heresy. I did it and it was fine. It was necessary. Yeah, necessary. Don't worry about it. I'm the prince. Just worship me blindly. Try not to think about it too much.
My master, Lord Xenos, he will come for you.
I like the idea that Sahi has just been like threatening me for the last 5 minutes. We're like, I'll kill you. I'll gut you. I'll cut you. I'll gut you like a fish. I'll make your nose. It's like, are you paying attention? I honestly can't tell with the glasses on. Oh, hi, Ian. Oh, I don't like to see Gosetsu sad. He's one of my favourite characters. It's like he's a shitty leader. No, yeah, it's...
She is gone. Wherefore did the Kami spare us? Only
hard
to
out with a
inflict
spoon.
this pain.
Aww. Everyone's just sort of like, this is awkward.
Death shall not want for company this day. You spared us a worse disaster, but I fear our fledgling peace with the Empire was beyond saving.
Lord Hien!
I get the feeling that this guy's...
Maximo, is it not? I assumed you long fled.
I get the feeling that this guy's legit, and he's just like, look, I really just want to get our prisoners back. Okay, so look, just have your guys, and we'll just get out of here.
I entertain thoughts of escape even now. But our negotiations have yet to reach a satisfying conclusion. The ambassador insisted that the summoning spelled an end to our mission here. But it seemed to me there was more to the tale. I have heard tell of this power you wield. And in your vision, you witnessed Lord Xenos giving these orders.
Yeah, I mean, you have no reason to trust what I say, but trust what I say. Source,
How
trust
can
me,
it be?
bro.
Xenos is dead. He took his own life after the battle in Alamigo.
I know!
I saw his body with my own eyes.
I know! I was there!
Forgive me, but Lord Xenos is very much alive. He granted our party an audience prior to our departure. That he was gravely wounded is certain, but his recovery appeared to be proceeding apace.
He slit his own throat! That doesn't... You don't
I'm
heal
afraid I
that.
share Lord Hien's confusion. The man's death was confirmed and his remains interred. These are matters of public record.
Oh yeah, do we still have the corpse? Oh wait, no, didn't he evaporate? I think because he left behind Nidhogg's eyes.
I have no doubt you believe what you say. But what then is the explanation? That an impostor has infiltrated the innermost circle of the Imperial Court? The idea is inconceivable, absurd. But worthy of investigation nonetheless. Our movement can ill afford to have a highly placed pretender undermining our efforts.
Yeah. Do we still have a suit of armor? I feel like that's probably a big piece. Like a big clue.
Your efforts may yet bear fruit. Tell me, what is to become of our prisoner exchange? Though we have already taken custody of our conscripts, we have yet to release your Imperial comrades. Do you still intend to collect them?
Yes. As the late Ambassador's second in command, it falls to me to speak on the Empire's behalf. And I'm happy to confirm our intent to proceed according to the original agreement.
Then let us be about it. 'Twould be a pity to abandon such a promising beginning.
Yeah, Maxima's a cool dude.
Indeed. You have my thanks, Lord Hien. As soon as our people are secure aboard our airship, we shall depart straightways for Garlemald.
Tread lightly, Pilus. I sense treachery awaits you there.
Might I accompany you to the capital?
Alphino, have you gone mad?
Imposter or no, if Xenos was instructing Asahi on the finer points of ritual summoning, then experience tells us there is an Ascian waiting in the wings.
Oh, yeah. I honestly... honestly, I completely forgot that the Ascians were a thing. They haven't been mentioned for a while. Like, I don't think they've been mentioned... God, when was the last time we saw an Ascian? It's been months. I absolutely forgot that that was a thing that they did. Yeah, they possess people. Oh, I bet he's puppeting his corpse or something.
Without our knowledge and expertise, our new friends will be hard-pressed to contend with a foe for whom death is but a minor inconvenience. They need our help.
Or I guess he could be an Ascian himself.
Were you indeed willing to share your knowledge of this enemy, we would not shun your counsel.
I like Maxima. Like I said, he seems like a cool dude.
You truly mean to do this?
An enemy
In
soldier.
full knowledge of the danger.
I have seen the Warrior of Light risk his life on countless occasions. Next to him, I'm scarce more than a distraction on the battlefield.
Yeah, I think of you as a mascot. Like a Lucky Charm, like a
in the
little...
meeting room or the audience chamber, there I can make a difference. I can strike bargains, forge ties, and change minds. And where better to do these things than in the home of our old enemy?
Like a rabbit's foot. But, I do love the idea of Alphino showing him. He's like, why have you brought this child? Send him away. I believe in you, Alphino. Make me proud.
'Tis not for me to stop you. But I would have you consider an alternative arrangement. Rather than braving the
Ascians
Empire
would
as
never
a simple
possess a
traveler,
man's
go
dead
forth
body.
as an
That's just so
emissary of
rude.
Doma. Such a position should offer you some measure of protection.
Yeah. I completely forgot the Ascians were a thing. That does answer a lot of questions, actually. Yeah, fair enough.
Go then. You've obviously made up your mind. Just try not to do anything reckless, all right?
I shall be on my best behavior. Farewell, my friends.
How's he going to get back? I don't think there's a bus. Oh, I guess he has attuned to the Etherite. He could teleport. Or just gets Maximus to give him a lift back in his airship. I suppose, yeah, thinking about it, there's lots of ways. So I'm going to tidy up these boxes. We're just going to leave them here. Anyway, hi, Hen. Oh, no, sorry, Alice. I knew Asahi was planning some manner of treachery, but a summoning. Thank the Kami you were here, my friend. None of us would have escaped Yotsuyu's vengeance had you not intervened. She was a pawn, aye, but she still had a choice, and she chose to submit to the ambassador's plans. It is little wonder Gosetsu departed in silence. I gather he left the same way he came, alone aboard a rowing boat. As for the conscripts, most made it to the Sekibune before the battle began in earnest, but the vessel yet awaits on the riverbank for those who did not flee in time. Then I suggest we put this doleful place behind us and make for the Enclave together. It would be a shame to miss the joyous reunion. Salutations relatively unique. Try not to do anything reckless. Advice I'm always giving Jack. My job is to be reckless. I fight gods for a living. It's my bread and butter. And someone's got to. And there's only a handful of people who are resistant to gods, and they're all rubbish fighters. Like, who are we going to rely on? Ironvold? Kryl? I think those are the only people with the Echo. Minfilia? I mean, she's not... I know that she's dead, but she's not here. And even if she was...
I imagine this moment. Thank you for helping it come to pass.
Unless Minfilia figures out a way to weaponize being kidnapped, I don't think we can really rely on her in the battlefield either. Have I ever done a try not to laugh before? And are you going to? I do like watching VTubers and other people do try not to laugh reaction streams and stuff. But I just feel like I'm not a very laughy person. I'm very dry. And I'll watch the same videos and I'll just be like, yeah, that was funny. Like maybe try not to smile, but my model smiles by default, which would be a very difficult challenge. Hang on, I can just about make a frown. So long as I stay like that for the entire video, but I don't know that that'd be fun to watch. But maybe. I don't know. So we're going to have, like, any counselling for those POWs? I'm pretty sure all of them, a good percentage of them at least, probably have PTSD at this point. And it's like, no.
Ah, there you are.
We don't have healthcare in Doma. Yay! So when I was...
Gosetsu, your hair.
As annoying, I googled Gosetsu when he first showed up, and I immediately saw a picture of him without his hair, and I was like, okay, I guess at some point he shaves his head. So, it took a while, but here it is.
My friend, what have you done?
I mean, I love how shocked they are that he shaved his head. Gosetsu didn't exactly have, like, the longest, most elaborate haircut in the first place. It's like, if Hien shaved his hair, it's maybe a bit more of a shock. If I shaved my head, oh Christ!
An old man who cannot raise his blade has no place in the service of a young lord.
If I can't, like, considering we're stuck in an eternal 5 years since the calamity, I'd never be able to grow it back. Like, the entirety of Final Fantasy XIV takes place within about the same month, as far as I can tell.
I decide to devote my remaining days to pilgrimage. I will walk this land, offering prayers of repose for all the souls who left this life in suffering.
Oh, he's become a monk. I don't know many monks with face tattoos, but I mean, this is Final Fantasy XIV. It's a different beast.
All of them?
This is my outside voice. This is my inside voice. So I gotta sneeze, which I was unsuccessful. Excuse me. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking, but this is what I'll say. Thank you, Rep.
A fulsome farewell makes for an enjoyable journey.
It's fine. I've got my wind-up Gosetsu. He can keep me company.
Scarcely have we said our goodbyes to Alphino, and you leave us too. But 'tis well that my companions find their own way forward. I must endeavor to do the same.
I am glad that I didn't do this mission last week, by the way, because it's been an hour and a half on one mission.
I have faith that you will find the best path for Doma without me, my lord. Pray forgive me this last act of selfishness, and grant me your blessing.
You have earned it 1,000 times over. Go in peace, my friend. I shall make of Doma a land where children laugh and none need live in fear.
There is no better way to honor those who went before. And with that, I take my leave.
I feel like you should have a big stick or something. We never did give him his sword back. So we've just got that. Still. Like, again, can I have it? I want to become a samurai at some point. So... He does have a big stick. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. I like how it looks like you ported yourself in the game, though. There are a couple of moments where I'm positioned just right. And more often than that, where I just get in the way. Gosetsu. Fair journey to you, my friend. A bittersweet occasion, but there is yet ample cause to be grateful. Pray join us in the Kienkan. I would thank you properly. Yep. Oh, I shall, screw it. Let's drink a purple carrot juice. Need that 3% XP. Our brothers and sisters are returned to us, and the dream of Doma's restoration is that much closer to being realized. It is a day that will live long in memory, and one that would never have dawned without the courageous actions of the Scions. On behalf of Doma and her people, we give you our deepest thanks. Lest you think me complacent, I assure you I have not forgotten the dark cloud on the horizon. That Xenos lives is a source of grave concern. Mayhap the gravest. Yet there is little to be done but wait for Alphino to send word. Until then, I plan to devote myself to fulfilling the promise I made to Gosetsu, by building a nation in which none live in fear. By the way, if you could lend us several million gil so we can do that, much appreciated. I confess I miss him already, but the thought that he has at last found peace goes some way to softening the blow. I wonder, did you ever stop to ask yourself why he showed Yotsuyu such kindness? Oh, I thought he was talking about Alphino. I was like, I didn't know you liked Alphino that much, to be honest. I didn't realize I got him with him, but no, he got Setsu. I believe the answer lies in past tragedy, specifically the death of his wife and daughter during the invasion. Though he hid it well, see, his wife/daughter, Yotsuyu replaced both. Though he hid it well, they were never far from his thoughts, and in Yotsuyu's childlike mien, I believe he saw not a fallen tyrant, but the little girl who was lost to him. After the loss of his family, Gosetsu devoted himself wholly to the service of his country. He suffered any hardship, strove beyond the limits of endurance without hesitation or complaint. Though Tsuyu could never truly replace his daughter, I had hoped that with her at his side, he might live out the remainder of his days in relative contentment. Would that the Kami had been so minded. Even now I labor to discern any meaning in Yotsuyu's fate. To deliver her from certain death with no memory of her sins, only to leave her at the mercy of her stepbrother. Can that truly have been their will? She did get to kill her stepbrother before she died, and that apparently was, a big thing on her to-do list. She had one of those, Kill Bill-style checklists of people she hated, and Asahi was at the bottom. That I cannot tell you. The will of the Kami is not for us to know. But what I do know is that for a brief moment, a girl known as Tsuyu lived among us. And that she brought with her a whisper of respite for a grieving heart. And then and then died, leaving an even bigger wound behind, enough so that he renounced violence and became a monk. But we'll gloss over that. It's less of a nice ending if we do. I finished Cutboy to live on. I finished the main game. I beat the devil. I'm just taking a break before I do the DLC. I intend to do it at some point because I bought it. But yeah, Cuphead's a bit much for my middle-aged senses. It's very twitchy. I can do it eventually, but yeah, I'm just taking a break. I'll do it eventually. Titties, that's what motivates every man. She may have been evil, but she was cute. I mean, there was no doubt that Yotsu was a fine, persimmon-loving lady. Don't say we're middle-aged, Jack. Shit, man. I mean, well, apparently middle-aged is 45. So I always just assumed, like, mid-30s was middle-aged. But I guess that just... maybe I'm just... I'm just pessimistic. I think I wouldn't live to 90. 70, yeah, that's probably more realistic. LSA seems ready to bid farewell to Doma. And then there's just another picture of just everyone looking at a rock. You're an old soul. I am. Honestly, I felt like 50 years old since I was about 15. Oh, I'm just so tired. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can here, and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Raga's Reach. We should be the ones to tell Lise about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. Okay. I love that when we first came to Doma, it was this massive, like, epic adventure that we went on, where we had to travel through all these different places. We had to take a boat, and which we had to, charter a boat to Kugane, and then we had to take a boat from Kugane to, and like work our way through all these different places to make it to Doma. And it was like, okay, let's go, and we'll stop in at Alamiga on the way back. It's like, that's still thousands of miles. That hasn't changed. Where am I going? Raga's Reach. There it is. I mean, I can teleport. So it is, I mean, yeah, for me it isn't. But I assume Alice walked. I can't even bother to walk over to the table to talk to Lise. So I'm just going over, I'm just teleporting over. I've got boundless amounts of ether. I can teleport like no man. What up? I'm on your table. Oh. One day they'll do a cutscene and have me on the actual table. Jack, Alice, you're back. No Alpha, no? It's good to see you, Lise. As for my headstrong brother, he's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. Nah, I think we go there later. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. Alice really doesn't like sugarcoat anything. She's like, Alphino's got a Garlemald and Xenos is still alive. Alright, bye! What? But that's... If this was a joke, gods, this had better be a joke. So, okay, I'll explain in a bit more detail. That's the title, and then this is the explanation. So... Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it. I know you're saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald. I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Jack's. He saw the Crown Prince through the Echo, in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. I mean, I don't know how... I mean... If I knew that someone had the ability to see past events, what I would do is manipulate things to make it look like stuff happened at a time other than the time it happened. So that I'm like, oh man, Xenos is still alive. And he's like, haha, I recorded that before I died. Fooled you! I mean, that's not the case, because we saw a cutscene of him outside of the Echo. But that's what I would do as a villain. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. I danced on his grave. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? I don't know who this is. Thal's Gilded Halls. Let's go with Thancred. Thal's Gilded Halls. Whatever are you talking about? It was Thancred. Excellent. I based that entirely on the picture for the quest. I knew that he was here somewhere. Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alphano had me lending a hand at the Saltery. Keep an eye on the rebuilding work and so, just until operations were up and running. And now that they... I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to the headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it will put this rumour to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at Bloodhowl in the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked so as to not upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find, Nago. That's not the right voice for Lise. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find, Nago. You're in charge until I get back. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to put him in an unmarked grave. You don't want the entirety of Alamigo pissing on it. Where am I going? The Bloodhowl. It's bad enough she danced on it. Speaking of, I may well pick up the Dancer class as a thing after after I max out the Samurai. Samurai is definitely going to be what I become next. Because Samurai Jack, got to be done. So I'm looking forward to that. I think I can probably hit level 90 before Endwalker. So I can be a Samurai during Endwalker. I don't know. It would probably be more appropriate to be a Reaper, but I really don't have any interest in being a Reaper. It's all a bit too edgelordy, the Reaper class. Sage is kind of cool. I like the multiple weapon things on the back. Does it feel right defiling his grave again? What? What? Nothing. I'm here. Oh, this was the rock they were looking at. Okay. This is it. Gods, it better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied. Well then, we are presented with but one course of action. And we'd best be sure that we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin? Is it gonna be empty? It's like a really...
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Oh, way to spoil it, Thancred. I was gonna say it's like a really morbid gacha.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
No, it is. Yeah. I may have forgotten about the Asians, but they clearly do remember them in the story. I feel like we should cremate bodies from now on, rather than bury them. Especially that we live in a world where you can bring people back from the dead. Like, Hilda Brown has a whole zombie group of friends who all have their memories. If I lived in a world with zombies, cremation would be the default. It's... That guy. You know. Yeah, him. Am I supposed to know him, or is he a new guy? I feel like I would have remembered his little ear hat thing. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of Asian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Asian is walking around in Xenos' body? Seems a distinct possibility. Once I have put his grave back the way we found it, I should pay a visit to the people responsible for interring the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if her body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. Again, I feel like we're all very slapshod in our responsibilities here. Like, none of the Scions even bothered to check that he was buried. We just went, yeah, we hired a guy. You know, there was a guy he was spamming in chat that they could bury bodies on the cheap. So I sent him a DM, and you know, he took care of it for us. He had a big pearl in his forehead. Oh, yeah, that was a mistake. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He's as good as cut his own head off. And anyway, Raoban needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Rauga's Reach. I have seen him. Okay, I don't remember who he is, so it must have been a while. I don't know why I'm surprised. That's not how it was. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. Shall we make for the Rising Stones, then? It's past time we shared these developments with the others. Oh, no teleporting! Right, that would have been worse if you had done that before I had to head back from Doma. But as is, I can... They've teleported me to the Rising Stone, so... I imagine it will still probably get in the way, though. Fine. No. Teleporting. And now I need to make sure it's in the center. Oh, there we go. That was easy, that one. It's annoying. I can't get it so that it stays in the center when I type it in. It always moves, even though I've got the text centered. Do I have the text centered? Yeah, alignment center. Yeah, I got it aligned in the center, and yet it always moves from the center. It's annoying. Okay, you got no teleporting until 11:05, give or take. Time to take the scenic route, yeah. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Urianger over the Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Ishtola is on her way and should be here any... Ah. Now we're going to have a 15-minute conversation with Y'shtola. Ha-ha! Alice, Jack, 'tis good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? I did this so the stream was longer than planned. Oh, I mean, it's not going to make it any longer. I'll still probably finish around midnight. I just might not get as many missions done. Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Asian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Jack, nay, Alphino had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold and the shadowy web of paragons like as not. Maybe I should have gone with him. Or maybe someone should have gone with him. Anyone. Maybe Yugiri, the ninja, whose job it is to stay hidden, could have gone with him secretly. Oh well. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but... I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Plan backfires. This doesn't do as much. Well, like I said, I mean, at the moment, it would have been more of an inconvenience if you triggered it when I was on my way back from Doma, because that would have taken me a while. In fact, I think it probably would have taken the bulk of the ban just to get back to Rauka's Reach if I had to walk there. Because I'd have to... The boat takes me to... there's the guy with this tiny pointy hat. Like, it clearly doesn't fit his head, but he's too embarrassed to say that it doesn't. The boat would have taken me back to Limpsa, and then I would then have to walk from Limpsa to... Yeah, God, that would have taken me ages. I can't quite remember what Varys' voice is. I think it's just a deep, evil guy. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the rite beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. He does have a bandage around his neck, doesn't he? He just doesn't hold his head on. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. We're not on a star, we're on a planet. Idiot Asian. Doesn't even know what kind of thing we're on. I just got to 1k though. Oh, well, on the channel points. Yeah, I suppose you've got to spend it on something. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I ask you a question, soldier. Well, answer the question. What are you? Have you lost your mind? Ah! Answer the question. Okay, I still don't know who this guy is. I have lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. Oh wait, it's not. It's not Batman, is it? God, it's been a while. It's not Estinian, is it? There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins? Embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Okay, now I don't think this is Estinian, because he doesn't talk like this. The hunt must go on, though. This isn't Xenos in the body of another guy. It's not like a Ginyu situation, is it? Insert Tim Batman, but put Tim Batman music. You didn't see this guy, but I promise you, he is as much Batman of the Final Fantasy XIV Batman as you can get. Like, he wears black armor, and he broods all the time, and he hangs out on rooftops. He's just the most edgelordy edgelord ever. He's great. He's probably one of my favorite characters from Heavenswood. Which doesn't say a lot, because most of the characters introduced in Heavenswood, a lot of the characters introduced in Heavenswood died. So there's very few surviving. But, it's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphino. I recall the last time I had nothing pressing on to be getting on with. We should probably make the most of it. Shall I put on some tea? Yes. I don't need to teleport to get to tea. Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new Primal especially. We shall play an hour of Triple Triad. I'll put the kettle on then. The table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. We are literally going to sit down and have a tea party. You've chosen the absolute worst time to put a ban on teleporting. Upon pressing on the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yeah, I don't think this ban's going to be much of a problem, unfortunately, JJ. Interesting. So this Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo, via the medium of a sacred relic. That's right, they believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalogue of such relics, but if we were to contain the threat, we would require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I should pay a visit to Doma and learn what I can on the subject. A fine idea, and I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Hien will wish to welcome our resident expert on ethology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? Certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went. We are just having a chat. It's nice. We don't get a chance to sit down very often and just have a natter. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told much the same story. Once Lise and her officers have confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt the testimony on that point, but when I mentioned in the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. Welcome back again, Reb. Sorry, JJ. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamegan. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scroll was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check the contents of the coffin. By that stage, 'tis like that the corpse was already missing. Assuming Xenos has not, in fact, risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed imposter, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it. I think he's puppeting the corpse, which is why he's got the bandage around the neck. I've been working for the last 4 hours on art and forgot to eat, so now I have a peanut butter and jam and bread because I'm a filthy American. If you were a filthy American, you would have called it peanut butter and jelly. Ha ha! I see through you, you Australian. I swear you modded yourself in the game. I'm not even wearing the clothes that match the clothes that I'm wearing at the moment. Like, I have a butler costume which looks exactly like this. Jam and jelly are different, Mr. Dandy. Well, again, I then put it to you that if you were a filthy American, you'd be using jelly instead of jam. Ha-ha! Uno reverse! If Asahi was as fervent a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly. I can't get that in Australia, Mr. Dandy. Okay, that's fair enough. Just, No, I was going to say use Vegemite, but that doesn't make any sense. that would be horrible. Well, actually, no, Vegemite and peanut butter probably is. It probably might be okay. Vegemite and jam, that probably wouldn't work. Yeah, no. I don't hate Vegemite or Marmite. Basically the same thing. I think. Anyway, agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino and Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Alice, use that twin thing so you can feel what Alphino's feeling. Meanwhile, on the Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft LXX-5, which I think is L-25, thinking about it, because of all of the Roman stuff. This looks like a dad and his son out for a bit. I mean, honestly, their ages are about the same as well, but just the height difference is so funny to me. Master Alphino, we are making good speed towards our destination. Is aught amiss? Marmite is very almost honey-like the way it flows, where Vegemite is like peanut butter. Yeah, to be honest, I think I've only had Marmite. I just kind of assumed Vegemite was the same. I hear Marmite goes foamy when water hits it. I've never had it with water. The only time I like Marmite is either spread very finely on toast or on a twiglet. I'm not going to explain what that is. Nay, it is just I can see naught from my cabin, and I was curious to know the land over which we flew. I'm afraid our military craft are built with little naught for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however we are presently passing over the burn of the western edge of Orthard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but marms upon marms of lifeless earth. I think we go to Orthard at some point. I read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry of every last drop of ether. Aye, it is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Orthard and beheld this blight, he said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Yeah, right. Oh. Report. We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor. No visible designation. Magitech? But who? Ah. All cannons, return fire. Damage report. Main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Damn it. They know exactly where to hit us. All hands, brace for impact. Oh, is this the plot of Shadowbringers? We go to Orthard to rescue Alphino. Drink the bottle for the queen. Hey. I'm trying to remember what doesn't. No, wait, do we have? No, we do have Bovril. What do they have in Australia? There's a similar thing, I think. Anyway. You put Marmite on Twiglets. No, Twiglets have Marmite on them by default. They're Marmite flavoured. That's what Twiglets are. Marmite goes on crumpets. I mean, yeah, crumpets work. I mean, like I say, I put them thinly layered on toasts. I had to explain Marmite to the US guys in work yesterday. There's no good way of describing what Marmite is. It is tricky. It's basically it's what I imagine Venom tastes like. You know the character Venom. If you just took a bite, that's Marmite. Gravox is our Bovril. It tastes like really salty. Oh, it tastes like really salty peanuts with soy sauce. Is that Marmite or Gravox? I'm getting my food and drink substances all mixed about now. It's not nutty salty. Oh, Vegemite. Okay. Marmite, I don't know. Marmite well, trust me, Marmite tastes like what Venom would taste like if you bit Venom. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We have landed on One Piece. In One Piece, more or less. We've landed on Raftel, sorry. But the air filtration system is damaged and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Considering, like, they're all Empire guys, and he's an Eorzean, they're all being really nice to him. Aye, aye. Story matters more than food arguments. Okay, I will, oh, I have a... Do I have to play as Alphino? Oh, no. I do! In the coming battle, he will fight as Alphino. Ah. Oh, keep still as you can. Master Alphino, might I ask you to search for survivors? I will see to our injured helmsman. Oh, no. I'm not the Warrior of Light anymore. They're making you play as Alphino. But I've got my Moonstone Carbuncle. Alright, so I've got Starstorm, Trishackle, Ruin, and Physic. Oh, I can't summon any of my mounts or minions. Oh, that's fine. Okay. That's not a survivor. Destroy the airship wreckage. Oh, okay. Ruin! Oh, Physic heals me. Okay. Trishackle! Stars! Alright, just Ruin again, though. Just keep casting Ruin. I found a wounded guy. Unfortunately, he seems to be full of shrapnel. I don't understand what happened. There you go. Why, thanks. I don't think I would have made it. Don't worry, Popularis. I'm here. Yes, you very likely saved his life. The question of who would try to take it remains, however. Put these last few out of their misery. The prince wishes none left alive. The prince? Oh, I see. We've become traitors to the Empire. They're not come to parley, I fear. Ready your weapons. Physic! Wait, no, not Physic. Ruin! Oh, my pet will beat you up. Haha, you were killed by my rabbit. Kind of difficult to tell when they're all wearing the same armor. Where do the hostile commanders stop and the nice ones begin? I like as well, before I came into this, that it said, oh, we're going to scale you down to a level 70. I just imagine the Warrior of Light having tea, and he just goes, I've gotten 5 levels weaker for some reason. I don't understand. What did you put in this tea? You've synced my level, damn it. Maximus really believes in him. Yeah, I guess they sort of trust Maximus enough that they're like, well, the boss has vouched for him, so we'll assume he's cool. The blonde-haired kid with no Miasi is looking like a goblin. I don't know, I think because he only had one of these things. I reckon it's more likely he's going to come in and save us. Like, against these guys. Confound it, not here. Not like this. What? Who in the Emperor's name? It's a cool guy with a gun! Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphino. Let us finish this, then. Apparently using TNT to blow up debris, putting down injured people isn't good. Who would have thought? I know, right? It came as a surprise to me, too. Actually, the other Imperials with him are part of a faction who wish to end the war and have peace with the rest of the world. Oh yeah, I forget that just because Asahi was a bad guy pretending, there are actually the Popularites who do want peace. So that does make sense, actually. Why they're chill with Alpha now. That makes it, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I kind of forgot that Maxima and stuff were legit, where Asahi was lying. Oh, I like Maxima even more now then. By the Emperor, the man is a fiend. Cross formation, deploy restraints. Oh, they... Let go of my new friend. I mean, we don't know that we're friends. He hates you, and we hate you. So, us hates you. And let's hope that when we finish killing you, that he doesn't hate us too. A poem by Alphano. This is exciting combat, isn't it? Ruin! 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 I feel like this could have been a cutscene. It's like when they make you play as like Ashley in Resident Evil 4. It's like, well, where's all my guns? I can't kill anything. All I can do is run around and hide. Or Sherry or something. I did it. I wonder who that new friend is. Am I supposed to know him then? My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. Well, well, I did not think to make an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir. Oh, my reputation precedes me. Look at that. Look how he starts slapping Maximus, and he goes, "Look at me! They even know me in the wastelands." Oh, boo me. I have a somewhat small history with your order. I mean, I know him. Well, you know all of the characters. You've beat this game. But I would speak of the present. Know your assailants and the severity of your predicament. The soldiers bore the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture to guess that as well to their motive. But if you let us have... but you yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? Our names are not yours for the asking. And as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Ascian mask. The face of our prey. Well then, we are enemies of our enemies. We need like a special lightsaber to kill Ascians, though. How did you do it? We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. Even should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we should accept your gracious offer. Shadowhunter will suffice for the present. It's the email address. It's the handle I created when I was 13 to create a Yahoo email address. It's my AOL username. It's like, oh, you're so cringe, Captain. Gum. I didn't know who he was when I played this cutscene. I guessed who he was. Yeah, but you know how terrible my memory is. I forgot the Ascians were a thing a minute ago. Like, they're the main villains of the entire story. Oh, he's killed a lot. I was going to make a joke, because he threw the mask on the floor. I was going to make a joke like, oh, dang it, what am I going to do next time I need to prove that we're Ascian hunters? I threw my one mask in the middle of the desert. He's got a stock of them. He's got a stock of them. Again, I do wonder how they killed them, because we went through this whole rigmarole with like a lightsaber and charging crystals and all sorts of nonsense to kill one. We killed two. We've killed 2 Ascians, and he's killed like 8. You can recognize him by his weapon. So he had a gun blade. Oh, he's not one of the guys we killed during... Because the only other Garlemald, like, Empire people, are the bunch of, like, Power Rangers that we killed during Realm Reborn. There was the big guy, and there was the lady. Well, he doesn't look like the big guy or the lady. And the other guy is on Sid's, whose name I always friggin' forget his name. Nemo? He's working with Sid. He's not friggin' Balsier, is he? Is that his name? Balsier? The Super Saiyan. Darth Vader. Again, I struggle with the name, so I latch on. I have to just latch on to the things that I remember. The Super Saiyan Darth Vader. It's not him. Yeah, Nero's the guy in the red one, who, he's working with Sid now. Then there's the big guy who, like 8 of us got together and curb stomped. And then there was the lady, and she died during one of the other missions. The only other guy was Balsier. Was it Balsier? Gaius von Balsier? I have his triple triad cards, which is how I remember his name. Gaius von Balsier. It's not... God, he's the only other guy. Is it... Oh. Alright, don't tell me. But... Man, what is it with these freaking Empire guys and not dying? They're so hard to kill. This is intolerable. But as I must... It's like, alright, you make the tea next time. It's like, I did. This is intolerable. But as much as I wish it were otherwise, there is nothing we can do for Alphino now, but pray for his success. Well, that is not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. Then I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, LSA, but the provinces are hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I'll with Yugiri. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. We should leave this to Thancred. It's his only thing. He doesn't do much other than stealth. Not you too. I understand your frustration, Alisay, but Jack has the right of it. We must defer to Thancred's expertise in this matter. Like, he did sneak into one of the castrums completely undetected. So, he is really good. Despite the fact that he's like a 6-foot-tall guy with an eye patch and white hair. In Final Fantasy XIV, though, that doesn't really make you stand out. But Still, he's not. He doesn't exactly have the physique of a ninja, but apparently he's really good at it. Fine, just promise you'll be careful. Swish. I'm like, no, I'm stronger now. My level stopped being synced. It seems that prey is to the extent of my contribution after all, but I will stay behind as I have been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happens to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learn aught of the consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Doma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldenod vessel to bear me thither, but I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Jack. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alphino to share. Na-na-na-na-na. Bye. I've learnt the emote Ponder. Oh. I mean, it's hard to tell with the glasses on, but it does just look like I'm pouting. My cat a pout. But, no, I can't pout. Ooh. Oh, I suppose I do. I do raise my eyebrow slightly. Again, the glasses kind of hide it, but such is the price I pay to look like a cool dude all the time. Looks like your sad face on your model. Oh yeah, my but with sunglasses on. Anyway, ooh, food. Yeah, but I don't. Maybe I should. I don't know. No, I'll keep getting the silver pieces, and I'll just cook some food. I am deep in thought. Oh, Jack, if you've come here hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Quest ends. Da 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 da. Everything is exactly as it was. Y'shtola is still investigating primals in the Far East, Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphino is still out there somewhere. By the way, like a week or two has passed. But we're still in the same year. It's like The Simpsons. We'll have numerous Christmas specials and numerous like Halloween specials and Valentine specials and things like that. But we'll always be in the same year. No one will age. Everything is fine. It's like Groundhog Year. There's been no word since the first scheduled report, nor does he respond to calls, and all the while I'm just meant to sit around here waiting. It's driving me mad. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Oars in Alliance. Thank the gods for that. Oh, no. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Oh, yeah. We are in a sort of like a kind of tail end of things to do at the moment. We've kind of tied off most of the loose ends that we have. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ascian interference, and they will humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Okay. Having assessed intelligence provided by the Alamegan resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xenos' remains, they too suspect Ascian involvement and wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your orders, Council, will be most welcome. Of course, we will be glad to assist in whatever way we can. With almost everyone else afield, I say this one falls to us. By which I mean I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust. I mean, Urianger is probably our best Ascian expert. He's not afield. He's just in a library somewhere. Not. I like that they're giving me the option to refuse now. It's character development. And there you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date of the meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm that the council will take place in Alamigo by your leave. Alright, boy. I liked him. I hope he shows up more. Yes. I somehow doubt we would have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would still be better than the nothing we've been doing of late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Thancred? What's going on, man? Wait, who's this guy? Oh, it's real. He used to be a Starlight Crusader. What they called the Crystal Brave. Alright, just be careful on the road back, you hear? Did I hear right, real? Is Thancred coming back? Oh, that he says. That he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being in Guardian territory, though, he could risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in. So he said he'd head back as quick as he could, and make sure someone was waiting for him in the Alamegan quarter. Understood. Jack and I will go. We're bound for Alamigo anyway, and there's sure to be time before the council begins. Come on, let us be off. Alright, JJ, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do you a solid. Although your teleporting ban ended almost 25 minutes ago, because I've been stuck in cutscenes, I will walk to Alamigo. Well, not walk, I'll take a... Which might be a mistake, because I'm remembering where we are. Oh no, Revenant's Toll isn't far, actually. Because I think Alamigo... If I go here... And then... That's the foundation, that's the pillars. Nope, that's a different country. Hang on. Alright, adjoining area. How do I get to Alamigo? So this is... That's Castrum Oriens, that's where we enter. God, I need adjoining area. Oh, it's from the South Shroud. Wait, Central Shroud, South Shroud. Wait, I'm confused. How do I get to... Okay, I may have underestimated my sense of direction. Blackbrush Station. So this is Thanalan. Oh, god damn it. I actually don't know how to physically get there from where I am. Salutations, Katavek. You've joined an exciting time where I'm not allowed to teleport, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to a place several maps away, and I can't remember how to do it. So, yeah, it's exciting times. This takes me towards Ishgard. I don't want to go to Ishgard. I do want to go the opposite direction. So I go to northern Thanalan, and then go down to central Thanalan, and then from central Thanalan go to... That's Uldar. Eastern Thanalan? And then to the Shroud. And then to... East Shroud. Nope. Central Shroud? Oh, god damn. I don't think you can make it to your next quest without teleporting. I think you might be right. There is a way... Because I must have gone... I must have walked there the first time I went to Rauga's Reach. But I can't remember... I can't remember the way to go. Want a taxi driver? Are you offering to give me a lift, Satratus? Are you hanging around? I haven't seen your fairy today. I might take you up on that offer because my sense... I've relied so much on teleporting that I legitimately don't really know the map in any meaningful way. Okay, this has turned out to be a more annoying ban than I thought it was. I regret giving... Because it did expire, but I said I'd do at least one just to sort of give you the benefit of the doubt. I can easily walk there. Alright, so what... Can I get there from Caerthus then? Mimordona. That's the foundation. That's North Shroud. Oh, okay, yeah, that is a lot quicker. And then from there, I go to... Is it Old Gridania I need to go to? Just, yeah, give me a lift. I'm really, really bad at directions in this. I'm gonna get in the back, because you're my Uber. Oh, hang on. Hang on. No, get out. Oh, well. I was going to sit in the seat diagonally to you. This is a weird seat to get into when you're getting an Uber. I've got my Final Fantasy Uber giving me a lift now. So I go to, if you can make it to the Central Shroud, go east and the fringes and the peaks. And you can get to Garagabania. Ah. Okay. So it's East Shroud I needed to go to. And then... Okay. Because I know I did it when I first started... Stormblood. So I know that there was a way to walk there, and I thought it was quite close to Mordona. And it is. It's just that I'm directionally challenged. Ah. I appreciate the attempt. Kadavek. Fortunately, Charities does knows where he's going as well, so I'm just gonna, because I just rely on my Chocobo Uber. Like most people, oh, in fairness, I could have just taken a Chocobo, couldn't I? Like that's what they're there for, is to slow travel between places. But I technically have taken a Chocobo. It's a Chocobo with a car. Driving past all of the Chocobo porters that I've unlocked, and they're like, finally he's going to use us, and then just rocks up in his car, and just like, oh, okay, never mind, lads, false alarm. Put the Chocobos back in the stables. Oh, there we go. Well, this is nice. You know I'm doing this? I think... JJ, are you even there? Still. You caught this ban in, and I got stuck in half an hour of cutscenes. Luxury Chocobo. Exactly. This is the Chocobo, like normal adventurers, right? Use the Chocobo porters. I'm the Warrior of Light. I'm the hero of Eorzea, the Godslayer, the Icon Killer. What other nicknames do I have? The Triple Triad King. That guy who nods a lot. I'm all of these things and more. I can't be riding on the back of some strange bird. Especially when I have so many strange birds just in my mount inventory anyway. I mean, I've got at least 4 Chocobos. And I don't have to lure this one with a piece of cake. was reading the... I was reading the Fate. Oh, and no one's to play any triple triad with me, do they, while we're driving past? No? Okay. Just check it. I haven't played triple triad for a few weeks. But I think the last person I played was after we beat the Stormblood main. Oh, do I need to speak to the Gatekeep? Oh, there we go. I'm not drunk, I'm eating. Well, that's dangerous too. But I thank you for the lift. I think I can figure out my way from here. So I shall take one of my many other mounts the rest of the way. So I need to go to the peaks and then the locks. So I just need to put a map marker down. Boop. Yeah, I think the last guy I fought a triple triad was the escaped Imperial after I finished Stormblood. So it's been a few weeks since I've had a bit of card game action. I'm getting withdrawal. I'm getting triple triad withdrawal. I need to unlock some more people to play card games with me. Got to get my jam toast mount. It is nice though. Well, I'm not really taking in the sights, but because I'm not really paying attention. I'm just flying high so I can go in a straight line. But it is nice, kind of trying to take like account of where things are geographically, because yeah, I rely so much on teleportation. I just don't have any idea where anything is. It's like when I learnt to drive in real life. Like I've been so used to just being driven around or taking a bus. I never really paid attention to where things were. I would get in a car, someone would drive me to the place I needed to go, and then I'd get out. And so when I learnt to drive, it was something like, oh, this is how I get here. I understand now. Directions. So... fine, I can drive all over the place. There's no one around. I mean, you're not wrong. No one's gonna pull you over for dangerous driving. Again, it's like he's driving that magical car a bit erratically. Should we pull him over? And it's like, he's got the Warrior of Light with him. I feel like that's above my pay grade. Just let him crash into the odd bridge. It's fine. Alright, I'm almost there, and then I'm turning this ban off. It really would have been a nightmare if I had to get all the way back from Doma to Eorzea without teleporting. That would have been... Although, weirdly, I probably do know the way back better. Because I had to recently walk through it. Or at least, I would have been able to get back to Limsa. And then they would then have the same problem where I wouldn't have known how to get from Limsa to here. So, I could have gotten some of the way on my own. Wait! I know that symbol! There's someone who wants to play Triple Triad with me! It's like they heard me and that I summoned them! Triple Triad, little do I used to be a regular of the Saucer. I've got time to spare, so let's have ourselves a game or three. I wouldn't have found this guy if I hadn't been not teleporting. So thank you, JJ. He's got 2 cards too. Oh, the itch has been scratched. What rules we got? Oh, god dang it. Ascension cards rank increases in proportion to number of cards. Sudden death, same plus. Okay, well, nothing that really matters. Okay, I guess we tied. Or if I get spanked by gods for a living doubt a car crash could even hurt him. Yeah, he probably doesn't even wear his seatbelt. He just flips out of the car and he's just like, haha, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I mean, I can't. I mean, yes, I won. Huzzah. Are you sure you don't want to keep up the no teleport? I promise the next step in your quest is totally not to walk across the globe. I think the novelty will have worn off by then. As much as I appreciate finding this guy to play Triple Triad with me. Dang it. But that's fine, because then I can do that and get it back. Which is my plan all along. Then I can do that, turn him back. And then go to sudden death. I mean, at least there's no tying in this. It's only winning or losing, which is, I appreciate. And this guy's not very good either. Hey! So I got an Arenvald Lentinus card. Nice. Who else is he going to give me? Do I have a $4 card yet? I don't think I've got $4. Maybe he'll give me $4. I might have $4. I'm not 100%. Right, if I put him there, then okay, well. Where's the Arenvald card? Who else do you have? Lava Scorpion, Sephiroth, Kurligina. Yeah, all these characters. Can I give me the other card? Ah. Sometimes they come easy. Sometimes they come easy. And then other times they fight me. Still won. And that's another Arenvald. Dang it. Just give me the other card that you have. I love Triple Triad, but it is a nuisance trying to get some cards off of some people. Don't know why I did that when you had a 5 exposed. Ha! So I can do that, of course. All according to plan. Well, might as well just stick him in there then. Still one. And Phobad. Last, to our practice. Tried playing a couple of other folks here, but I wasn't feeling it. Best to keep business and pleasure separate, you know? No, I don't know. I'm on my way to do business, and I stopped here to do pleasure. Ha-ha! All according to Keikaku, exactly. I have 2 more Triple Triad cards in my pocket, and 1 more unique NPC defeated. That is, I think, probably the one that's going to sort of trip me up the most, is the cards you get from beating the unique NPCs. Because there are some NPCs that I already have the cards for, so they're not really on my radar, but I do still need to beat them, just to get that 1 tick on my achievement. So when it comes to getting the jam toast, I think that's going to be the big bugbear. The other thing is I can also see a situation, just based on the timing of how long it's taken me to get through this, where I finish Endwalker, I get to a point where I've got a bit of time to go and collect... There. Right, ban's over. I gave you 1. Your 2,000 petals had some purpose. Yeah, well, I'll finish Endwalker, and I'll finally be in a position where I can actually get all the cards, but I won't be able to get them in time for the next expansion to come out, and then the Jam Toast becomes... I think they do increase the amount of cards you need each expansion, so it was a lot easier to get the Jam Toast a long time ago, and now it's become increasingly harder and harder as they add more cards. Because the only cards that don't count are the special ones. So I can just see me sort of getting close, and then the expansion 5 comes out, and it's like, ah, dang it. You do have a sight for sore eyes. Now all I need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Traipsing through the Imperial territory is thirsty work.
God, I needed that.
I could use my 30k shadow points to reban teleporting. I do have a rule on there for no repeat bans, so you have to be more inventive, unfortunately. Also, it's 10 minutes before I'm planning to end for the day, so I feel... How do I feel about walking to the Dome and Enclave? Oh, crikes. Yeah, no, please don't.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well. The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance.
Oh, no, not the Dalmascans.
But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation. We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
Just imagine Yugiri flying around in one of Sid's little whirly-bird airships and, like, throwing flyers and leaflets out the back. Like they did in the war.
A spark in want of kindling, yes.
There
The
are
Alliance has
101 of
already
them.
begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight.
Given the localization team for this game's love of puns, I would be very surprised if there wasn't a quest called 101 Dalmatians at some point.
The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamegan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire. That is all for the provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Domar has summoned a Primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamor for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like the Empire is only going to get better if we kill the Emperor, which, and it's unfortunate that killing the Emperor might have the opposite effect of getting the people to like us.
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that.
If he could have like a heart, even if he has a heart attack, they'll just get an Ascian to start puppeting him.
Speaking of whom, the Crown Prince is recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin.
I do remember right at the
But
end of
it was not
Stormblood, there was
which
like
brought
that.
me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
Yeah, I remember at the end of Stormblood, there was like a cutscene where a guy was like, I can help you, and the Emperor was like, It was very short. And I'm guessing that was the Ascian that has taken over his son's body.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding him there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, Scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency.
So I didn't know that.
I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with? No. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out.
Shadow Hunter.
The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened to them there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
We can't. The expansion's not out yet.
I had a feeling you might say that.
We need to do at least 20 more quests in the existing areas before we can go somewhere new.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies.
He's getting roasted or something. Sick burn. Oh, I say he's just getting hazed by the Empire, and he's just like, the burn, the burn.
So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
My jimmies are really rustled. I'm moulding. I'm moulding.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Alright. I guess we are going then. I suppose they did show us like a little part of the burn during the bit I played as Alphino, so maybe we do get to actually go to one of the next expansion areas early. Loath I am to neglect making preparations for the council. We must act swiftly before Alphino's trail goes cold. I propose we first pay Hiena a visit. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, and he may well be able to advise us on how best to reach the burn. A sound plan. And Y'shtola is in Doma, is she not? I dare she should join you in the search if you asked her nicely. While you see to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the Council to me. Thank you, Thancred. Right, to Doma then. We have much and more to share with Y'shtola. So, like, geographically speaking, seeing as I'm now on, learning about the geography of Eorzea, I know that Doma is really far away. What's the zoom out one? Oh, no. So we're in Gir Albania. Doma is... Yeah, no, it's still really far away. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll say must just be able to teleport, same as I can. Make sure I pack up some aloe vera for the burn. That'll be next. If we're going to the burn next week, that'll be the stream title. That is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. Okay, don't bow back. That's fine. It's just incredibly rude. Well, well. Two faces from the dim and distant past. Come now, it hasn't been that long. Who was that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I had some knowledge of ether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now, he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent. And I'll say, just I was just being polite. I don't care. Look, I need help with Alphino. And eerily reminiscent of the dissipated crystals that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. It would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. Well, everyone likes cat girls. More interest in than a liking to, I think. The sight of a Mikote with a peculiar contraption upon her head. What's the peculiar contraption she has on her head? That's just her hair, isn't it? The sight of a Mikote with a peculiar contraption upon her head is a certain novelty in these parts. Any actual regard they may have for me, I wholly owe to you and the others who came before. Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative, and I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one's will upon an aether-enthused object of worship, it is possible to conduct summoning. So, the fact that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the requisite belief. Correct. Such sacred relics as the Kojin collect obviate the need for religious fervour in the summoner. Yotsia being the most obvious example. She had but to associate the artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. Man, it's a real good job they don't have, like, anime waifu figures in this world, because, like, just weeaboos all over the place would be summoning them, just left, right, and centre. A form nourished through the power of crystals, and provided by her brother, and thus was Tsukiyomi brought into being. Which brings me to the question of preventative measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know of naught that will avail us, save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. But I doubt you came all this way to hear that which may have perused in a report. Has something happened to Alphino? Yep. Okay, now that you're finished talking. Okay, good. We're learning the many different ways to summon a primal, or turn into a primal, or turn your friends into a primal. Either way, any sort of combination. I shall join you in your search, of course. Thank you, Y'shtola. I shall be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Hien. Alright. Alasei puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Kien Can. Alright, well this looks like the end of this then, because it's gone green. So we'll finish this and we'll call it a night, and then next week we'll go to the burn. Like you say, we'll pack some aloe vera. Get some sunscreen. You know, to prevent further... I don't know. Greetings, my friends. Alasei has explained all to me. Needless to say, you shall have our full cooperation in the search, even if Alphino's trail does lead to the burn of all places. Oh. Okay, I thought there was going to be more there. There we go. I'll stop there then. And, yeah, because I see the next one, or the perfect stuff place in a few minutes. See all that? Yeah, it's literally, Hien just said like one word sentence. Yeah, because I see the next one is a whole dungeon. So, yeah, let's not try that at 5 minutes past midnight. But I honestly thought looking at the quest list would get through a lot more, because I only got through 4 quests tonight. But the primary agreement took the first hour and a half, and then yeah, there's just been a lot of cutscenes, which is fine. You know, I like the stories. Like the primary reason I'm playing it, I quite like watching the story. I'd rather that than like lots of filler quests where it's like, hey, go here and collect grapes. I want some wine. Just go and get some grapes. Fresh wine. Freshly stomped by the Warrior of Light. Chop chop. So yeah, so we'll do the burn. Yeah, we'll do the burn first thing next week. That'll be something to look forward to. And then hopefully we can... Well, I mean, again, I say, looking at the number of quests we have left, I sort of keep thinking, we're quite close to the end of post-Stormblood, but any one of these quests can be like an hour long, and then some of these quests can be like 10 minutes long, so it's really the number of quests we've got left is zero indication. So I should stop relying on it as any kind of indicator for how long we have left. And then we'll do Hilda Brown, and then we'll do... maybe the Beast Quest for the Ananta, so I can get my maid. I feel like I've mentioned it enough times that I can justify doing it. And then we'll move on to Shadowbringers. So that's exciting. There's a lot of cutscenes, yeah. Which, like I said, it's fine. It's a story-heavy game, and that's cool. And I'd rather have... Well, I suppose the bit with Alphino was cool. But honestly, I think they probably could have just done that as a cutscene, and it would have been just as good. But I guess they wanted to break up the sitting there not doing anything. So long as I'm not sat in a cutscene long enough that I get the message that my PlayStation is entering sleep mode, which is normally fine because I still have to press A to move the text along. But we're not entering Metal Gear Solid 4 territory where it's like a movie's worth of cutscenes in between each bit of gameplay. So, yeah. And we got to do some triple triad. So I'd say, just overall, a very eventful day. I think it's a shame about Yotsuya. I think I would have liked her to have a happier ending. just because of I like Gosetsu and Gosetsu liked her, and you know, even if you don't like your friends' girlfriends, you still support them in what they do. But he seemed to be okay with it. He's become a monk. I'm sure we'll run into Gosetsu again someday, because he's too cool not to. We'll find him just flopping about somewhere, doing some. He'll probably have a straw hat. Again, I feel like we never addressed his sword. We bought his sword for a lot of money. It was a whole thing, and then we never gave it to him. So his sword is just. I think Tataru has it. We're gonna go and see Tataru next time, and she's just become a samurai. Maybe it'll come up later. At the same time, Yotsu is definitely 100% evil. It's kind of a result of her shitty life. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, it would have been difficult to once she got her memory back. There was no way they would have been like, well, look, we're not gonna, we can't like let you after everything that you did. We can't let you live, or at least be free. You're gonna go to prison or something. But I mean, they seem to be on the path to forgiving Fordola, so who knows? Anything's possible. Having a redemption arc would have been nice. It felt like at the end, she at least had... Like, I think the implication that Gosetsu showed up during that fight to save her from the, like, demon Xenos. I think there's just that implication that, like, right at the end, she had a little bit of happiness through all of that, like, suffering and misery. So... It wasn't... I mean, she died, and I feel like she had to die, but she just had that, like, little twinge of light right at the end that maybe made her go, okay. I'm okay. And she got to kill her stepbrother, so... It was a win-win as far as Yotsuyu was concerned. But no, it was a fun boss until I died, and then just laid on the floor for, like, 40 minutes. But... That's true of so many of these boss fights. Anyway, we'll call it there. We'll play some more Final Fantasy next week at the same time. I'd like to try to start at 8:30, but I feel like I just set the default time on Friday at 9 o'clock. Because I'm so bad at getting out of work. The problem with Friday especially is like, I always feel the need to get more work done because it's the end of the week compared to a Wednesday or a Monday where I can just be like, I'll pick that up tomorrow morning. Whereas picking up Monday morning feels so much further away. I don't know. I also, because it's Friday, I procrastinate a lot more. Because it's like, I just want it to be the weekend already. I got told off for procrastinating on something. But I was like, mark email as read. Pay it no mind. That's generally how I get through work. Anyway, that's my problem. Yeah, next stream's going to be tomorrow. My current plan, although I do need to... So I kind of broke the mods. So I want to play Breath of the Wild, but I want to play the randomizer Breath of the Wild. I got it working, and then I tried to do something else, and in trying to do something else, I broke it. That's the short story. So I need to fix it again. If I can fix it, my plan tomorrow is to play some randomizer Breath of the Wild from about lunchtime, over the course of the afternoon. It might be a one-off. It might be one that I actually try and finish. I don't know. Seeing the Breath of the Wild trailer at the Direct recently, I just got a bit of an itch to scratch, you know? And so I just want to scratch it. And then in the afternoon, I'm thinking I might play Bayonetta. I've been thinking about getting into, like, catching up on Bayonetta 1 and 2, because they're not very long games, before Bayonetta 3 comes out in, like, 5 weeks' time. Annoyingly, because Bayonetta 2 and 3 were both produced by Nintendo, both published by Nintendo, they're only on... Well, Bayonetta 2 is only on Wii U and Switch. And that means they're both still, like, 40 quid, despite being, like, I think it came out on the Wii U in, like, 2014, and it came out on the Switch in 2018, but it's still full price. So... It's frustrating. I would have liked to have just gotten all 3 games on Switch. But what I'm going to do is I can get a cheap copy of Bayonetta on Xbox because Xbox has reasonable prices for games after they've been out for... I mean, Bayonetta 1 came out in 2009, so... but this is like the 2020 port to Xbox One. So, I'll buy that because it's cheap. I'll play it, see if I actually like Bayonetta, and if I finish Bayonetta 1 and I'm like really into it, then I'll see if I can find a cheap copy of Bayonetta 2 on eBay or something, and then we'll play Bayonetta 2, and then I'll pick up Bayonetta 3. That's the plan. So, yeah, if I can get it working, Breath of the Wild, and then Bayonetta. If I can't get Breath of the Wild working, I'll figure something out tomorrow. I have a couple of games in the docket. I got Klonoa, which we need to play. I got Resident Evil Code Veronica, which I need to finish. I do have Cuphead DLC, but I'm not playing that. So yeah, I got options tomorrow. But at the moment, the plan is Breath of the Wild randomizer. So if I see you for that, I see you for that. Otherwise, I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching if you did. I've been Jack Dandy. You've all been Just Dandy. And I shall see you anon. Good night.